Morning stream on GephartDaily.com. Today is a good day. Ask me why.
Why is this a good day?
Because I have 4 pens. 4 pens that work. You know how often that happens at home? Never.
Your needs are small, but they're yours.
I even have a bonus. I have a highlighter. This is how it works at home. I pick up a pen. It doesn't work, but it's on my desk. All of them.
But it looks like the ink is full, so you don't want to get rid of it. You're thinking, I'll just scribble with it till it gets fixed, but I'll set it aside because I don't have time to do it now. And then all of a sudden you have 47 defective pens sitting on your desk.
No, they go flying across the room. That's the way I go.
That's super professional.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes me so happy. Okay, this is kind of exciting. Utah Jazz.
I know.
We have finally cinched another playoff berth. As a matter of fact, it's basically because the Pelicans beat the Trailblazers yesterday, which you always know is this random, long, exhausting thing. But the important thing is this is the first time since 2012. So that's kind of exciting. The only thing I'm worried about, Gordon Hayward was he was injured during the LA Clippers game. Did something to his knee, and he's our top scorer, so I'm a little stressed about that. But we do have first-round playoff tickets available. If you want them, you can actually get them starting on, they go on sale at 10 a.m. You can get them down at the Vivint Smart Home Arena box office, or you can go to nba.com/jazz/tickets.
Very good.
It's exciting.
Ask me about the giraffe, and if she's had her baby
Has Alice
yet.
the giraffe had her baby yet?
No.
That poor giraffe. Isn't there such a thing as a C-section for giraffes? Let her have the baby.
Screw the giraffe. We've been watching for 15 months.
Really?
And they keep teasing her. Oh, she's walking kind of slow today. Oh, she looks kind of poignant.
I don't think I could go into labor with the entire world watching. I cannot blame Alice at all. She's the victim here.
15 months.
She's the victim here. Oh, box office over the weekend. This was kind of cool. Everyone thought maybe Power Rangers might overtake Beauty and the Beast. No. Beauty and the Beast is still just a monster. It stomped at 88.3 million. Power Rangers did get 40.5 million, so that's pretty good.
I feel bad.
Kong Skull Island, my favorite, number 3. Life movie, totally flaked.
Why don't you back up for a second? And why don't you tell them what Kong made?
Kong Skull Island, it made another 14.4, but it's up to $278 million now.
Oh, I thought it was a flop.
No, it's a blockbuster.
Oh.
He's just bitter because Tom Hiddleston, my internet boyfriend, is in Kong Skull Island, so I have been rooting for it somewhat.
It's true. All right,
I always support you when Anna Kendrick comes out in something. I do.
All right,
I always support you. How many times have I watched Pitch Perfect with you?
Let's go to
thousands upon thousands of times.
Because our friend is actually doing a GoFundMe, but he won't tell me what it is because he hasn't posted it yet. But it's supposed to be some kind of crazy cool thing. But GoFundMe, there are some strange ones out there.
Well, TaskRabbit, I actually thought this was kind of genius. Basically, with TaskRabbit, you go on it. There's stuff that somebody doesn't want to do, like clean up after a party, go pick up their dry cleaning.
DMV.
Lame stuff. You can go on, and it'll say, hey, there's this job, and it pays this much. And you're like, yeah, I can do that.
So it's like $10 an hour.
Yeah, so maybe you just need a little extra something, and it pops you in for that. Now, the one that I really dug, this guy's actually from Utah, so I thought this was kind of exciting. It's called Spud Pickles. And it's an app development company here, so it develops like custom apps for people and businesses.
Okay.
But they also have the Ghost Radar suite of apps. That means if you are a paranormal hunter, you can go online and they have all these cool custom apps for spotting ghosts, like all the machines that go ping.
And they also have one for Bigfoot.
All right, tell me this.
And the app is called I'm a Dummy.
Tell me this is not random. The Something Store. Ready for this?
Okay,
the Something Store.
Right.
If anything can be sold on the internet, which it can, why not sell something? So basically, the clients go online and you place an order, you pay $10, and in return you get something. You never know what it's going to be until you get it.
So this is for hoarders.
Open the package.
This is for hoarders.
So it could basically be anything. Died in house. I thought this one was genius. Diedinhouse.com. If you've ever wondered if anyone died in your house, or like maybe it was used for meth-related activities, or some sort of unseemly behavior,
right?
You can go to it, and for $11.99, it will tell you everything that's gone on there. Like maybe you go in and you're like, hey, there's stuff levitating in my house. It'll tell you.
What's more, like the meth thing is huge because it'll poison you.
I would be more excited about the ghost myself, but sure, the meth thing is fine.
I don't think there's a data file for ghosts.
Could be. You don't know that.
Well, I'll get the app and
yeah,
find
they died in a house. You just want to know.
Right.
This is the dorkiest one ever, and here's the deal. These people are already millionaires because they would go to corporate retreats like Exxon and Comcast and a couple of others, and they would teach the executives how to rap. How to rap. They teach them how to rap. It's called Wrapped FM. And as a matter of fact, this is kind of interesting. Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake just did a Rap 5 duo. They performed with the Wrapped.com, I guess, beta platform. So, yeah, they teach you how to rap.
That's the last thing I want to see is an old white guy rapping.
It's hip-hop for white people.
Which is really slow and they don't swear.
It's not as exciting.
So that's boring. Oh, the favorite one that we had. The favorite one, this happened about 4 or 5 years ago. But these two guys in college, they were sitting in their house and goes, "What do you want to eat?" And the guy goes, "I'd really like some potato salad." And they went to the refrigerator and they did not have it. So they went on the GoFundMe page. They ended up with like $500-600.
We just wanted potato salad.
Here he is making the potato salad. Anyway, they ended up with like $100,000. And so what they decided to do.
What should we do with our $100,000?
So they could have done a bunch of things. Being in college, they could have gone crazy. They could have gone on a spree of whatever. But instead, they took the money and they donated it to charity.
Oh, I like that.
Which is cool. And then they saved back some money and they invited every single person who funded them to come down for a potato salad.
And they had a big party in the park. And
Right.
you know what was amazing? Over 50% of the people who donated, and you have to think there's hundreds and hundreds of people, showed up at the park and said yes.
From other states.
All over the country. Because who doesn't like potato salad?
You like it with eggs in it?
No. 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 Pickles are okay, but eggs are
No,
never
eggs.
acceptable. Eggs are why I have trust issues.
All right.
Because
So
of you and eggs.
I tried to slip them in, but it didn't work.
That's why I have trust issues.
I have a couple videos today that I am dying to show you. There's one at the end of the show you have to be here for. But I thought, why not tease you with something classical, something highbrow? Because
Is that really the direction we're going with this one?
Yes. So I want you to watch this.
Okay.
And it's classical, it's highbrow, it's educational. Let's watch. Oh, right?
And he's so elegant and stoic as he's shooting. That's the
And
most troubling part.
And he's shooting from the hip. So he's a professional.
And all the musicians are like, "This is so freaking
And
awesome," because there's like a
earmuffs
gun
on
and stuff.
so they don't get ear
You always need a
damage.
percussion.
That is
and that-
hilarious.
You have to admit that's troubling.
And one of the guys here mentioned if they do that in Russia, they'd actually have people standing up, holding those plates of steel.
That's reassuring.
Well, things aren't going well in Russia right now.
Yeah, I guess that's any job is a good job at that point. Okay, of all the things that you could go, I'm going to pour all my money into this. I'm a millionaire. I'm going to
Right.
devote my life's purpose to this
Right.
thing. Perhaps it is world hunger or solving
Right.
the water issue or maybe ending malaria in third world countries. But then there's this couple.
Well, first of all, let me restart that because it's a couple who fell in love 50 years ago
That's beautiful.
at Arizona State.
Okay.
And they both then, see how tender this is?
It's beautiful
Because
right
it
now.
really is. They're in their 90s and they fell in love and they found out that they had a similar dream in life.
It was a shared passion.
It was. And so they started collecting bugs. Bugs. Now,
Okay.
name a couple bugs, Erin. Go ahead.
Weevils,
Uh-huh.
the terrestrial weevil of wheat, the
Cicadas.
wheat-basing weevil.
Okay, that's all I can get. right now.
Caterpillars are
Okay,
there.
so
those-
they traveled for 50 years. They went to 70 countries and 7 continents.
Now, on the bright side, they were called like the preeminent entomologists of their day. So being a preeminent entomologist is cool.
And they were in love. And they had, let me say this, a lot of bugs. They have 1,200 glass drawers in their house containing bugs. And they decided, because they met in Arizona, at Arizona State, that they would give back something to them.
That
so
is
they
so beautiful.
donated the entire collection to the bug department at Arizona State and blew them away because this was so much more. This is like one of the top bug collections in the world. In the world. Guess how much it's worth?
It's bugs. I don't know. It's bugs.
$10 million.
Get out!
$10 million.
They spent $10 million on bugs.
Here's the crazy thing, is they went to all these continents. They went to 70 countries. So at some point, they were being paid to do this, right?
Sure.
All right, and now they're retiring, and they have enough money left over to donate $10 million. So my question is,
You can't really take that with you, though.
how do you get a job collecting bugs that pays that well that you have a 401k that you can live on during retirement and still have $10 million left?
Oh man, if we could find out though, our 6-year-old Zoe and her bugs issues, we could be millionaires just by proxy from Zoe. This would be awesome.
But she likes to wrap them in tissues and then set them free in the garden.
Yeah, that's kind of like an exercise in terror cleaning out her pockets at laundry time. It really is.
All right.
You know, so she did once tell me that was the first cockroach of spring, and she felt like that was worth saving.
I didn't even know we had cockroaches.
It was
I
an
did not.
outside cockroach. So that was good.
The good kind.
Yeah, of course she brought it in, so heaven only knows what kind of eggs it dropped on its way to the laundry room, so that's good too. Maybe it's best for us just to go right now to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. I'm sure she's got far more illuminating information. Of course, it's brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. Robert J. DeBry. They've got offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and down in St. George. You can go to robertdebry.com if you'd like more information on how they can help you. By Executive Transportation. This is premier service with a professional atmosphere. You can go to executiveutah.com for more booking information. And of course, by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel is having their amazing April sale right now. This is the perfect time to go on over and find out of some of the amazing deals they can do for you. Daisy, what's going on?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news Monday morning on GephartDaily.com. The family of Melissa Cochran, wife of Kurt Cochran, the bountiful man killed in last week's terror attack in London, is speaking out about the incident. In a press conference held Monday morning at St Mary's Hospital in London, Melissa's family said they were overwhelmed by the outpouring of support both overseas and in the state of Utah. Melissa Cochran was severely injured in Wednesday's attack, but is expected to make a full recovery. She and her husband were in England celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary when the attack took place. The Cochrans are well known in Utah's music scene and ran the Onion Street studio from their home in West Bountiful. And a disturbing story out of Weber County, where 2 parents are behind bars after 3 of their children were found living in deplorable conditions inside the family home. Roy police say Diana Waldmiller, 41, and her husband, Matthew Earl Waldmiller, 40, were taken into custody after police acting on a tip went to the couple's home, where they found 3 boys, ages 7 to 11, confined into a first-floor bedroom. Police say the boys were living in filth and showed signs of malnutrition. They also showed signs of having been bound with zip ties. The parents now face multiple charges of intentional felony child abuse. And South Jordan firefighters are being praised after saving 2 family pets from a burning home Sunday. Fire crews were first called to 11720 South Harvest Moon Court around 2:15 p.m. When they arrived, they found a house and garage fully engulfed in flames. Firefighters made their way inside, where they found 2 dogs overcome by the smoke and heat. The pets were carried outside, where firefighters ultimately revived the animals by performing CPR. The pets were reunited with their owners and are expected to make a full recovery. And now a quick look at Monday's weather, where rain showers are forecast for much of northern Utah. Highs today expected in the upper 40s, perhaps low 50s. Tuesday we can expect a touch of rain, high temps again in the low 40s and low 50s. Warmer temperatures and sunny skies expected by midweek. That's it for Monday's headlines. For more news 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy.
Oh, you know what? The firefighter's saving the dog.
I know, and the dog's all covered in foam.
So number 1, they go in, they rescue people. Number 2, they put the fire out. Number 3, they save dogs. If they had a goldfish, they would have saved them too.
They probably would have.
Put them in their boot full of water.
They're firemen. There's nothing they can't do. Okay, now speaking of nothing you can't do, I'm going to figure that if I make it to 97 years old, I'll be excited if I'm conscious. I can be like a lump of protoplasm on the couch. I don't really care. If I can like
something for me to look forward to.
Well, there you go, honey.
Right, but
you'll be dead first because men die earlier, so that's okay. Oh, by the way, if you're just getting to know us and we're getting to know each other, Todd and I have been married for 20 years, so I can say horrible things like that to him.
She does it all the time.
Well,
Joe McQueen is a saxophone player. If you like R&B, watch this.
I came here in 1945 to stay 2 weeks, and I've been here for 70 years. I've had a lot of people saying we were stranded. I hate people to tell that lie, because you're not stranded when you got money. And I had money enough I could have gone overseas if I'd wanted to, and then they tell me I was stranded. My cousin's mother was my aunt. He played with Count Basie's band, and he happened to be home visiting his mother, and he had his horn laying there on the bed. He was about 10 years older than me, and I saw the horn, and I just picked it up and was messing with it. So he came in the house, and I threw the horn on the bed around, and he said, "Come on back, Joe, come on back. Tell me, what were you doing?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I just picked that horn up. I don't know nothing about it, you know." And he said, "Well, come on, I'm gonna show you something." So he got me and he showed me how to run a C major scale on that horn, and he did it a couple of times. Then he gave me the horn. So I did what he showed me how to do, and he said, "Joe, didn't you tell me just now you never had," it's the first time I ever had my hands on one of those horns. He said, "Well, I don't believe it. No, the average person can't even make a sound when they first try to play a horn." I said, "Well, you believe it if you want to." I said, "That's the first time I ever had my hands on one." So he told me, "Well, let me tell you something. You're a natural boy. I said, you stop playing that football and basketball and stuff like that and start playing a horn, cause you can make a living doing it." And he said, "You can be doing that when you're an old man." How true he was, but he didn't know that, and I didn't. Nobody knew it. I've always loved music, so I can't tell any different than what I used to feel. I loved it when I was young. I love it now, and I guess I'll love it till I die. They must enjoy the music because they come out in droves.
He's amazing, isn't he? Okay.
He's not 97.
He's so cool.
Someone check a script, because he's not 97.
No,
you see him?
You have to understand, he was a civil rights pioneer in Ogden. I mean, just the fact that he opened up so many of the different clubs and made access to African Americans, it was an
The
incredible
only thing I'll be blowing on is a respirator in 97.
All right, now if you want to catch him, by the way, he's going to be playing at the Gallivan Center this upcoming Thursday, then the Lighthouse Lounge in Ogden on Friday. Jeez, I can't believe his schedule. I'd get tired. And then Peary's Egyptian Theater in Ogden on Monday, April 3rd, if you'd like. This is an amazing experience.
I don't think he's 97. Hey, coming up next, it's a Would You Rather right here on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com.
Morning stream on GephartDaily.com. How you doing today? It is time once again for Would You Rather. Would you rather?
That was very dramatic.
We've all heard those questions of would you rather do this or rather do that? And so I have today's.
Okay.
And today's is would you rather go 20 years into the future and live there, or go back 20 years and live there? Which would you rather?
Man, that's hard.
I know it is.
What would you?
Well, if you go back, here's my reason. If you go back, you could fix stuff. Sort
You
of.
could right wrongs or correct mistakes.
Or you could make other wrong choices and other mistakes.
Which is probably what we would both do. I'm torn because I would love to go ahead 20 years because I've always craved knowing what's going to happen in the next decade, what's going to happen after that, what's going to be the new thing, what would they develop, when can I go into space? But if I did that, though, I would miss Zachy and Zoe growing up.
I don't think you can. No. So now you're mudding the whole
I'm
thing
a
up.
parent. I have to question that.
Screw the kids. This is all about you. So if you go back in time, go back 20 years and live there, you'd have to work about, about 10 years until Apple comes along and you invest a bunch of money in Apple, and then you're done for the rest of your life.
Yeah, the trouble is, though, we're all ADHD now because we can have everything within 30 seconds.
True.
So if I went back 20 years, I'd have to wait for a letter approving me for a car loan for like 2 weeks, or there would be no internet and I'd have to blow my brains out. I don't think I could do it.
That's it. Just because of that, I'm going back 20 years. I am seriously going back 20 years.
Because I'm blowing my brains out?
Yeah. Okay. While we've been talking about blowing our brains out,
Yay!
the scientists have been working on heart tissue.
This is the dangest thing ever. Are you sure this is correct?
Someone has, yes. It was on the internet, so it's got to be true. The scientists, doctors need tissue to repair hearts. You have a heart attack or you have a problem.
Yeah.
And they need to get this little piece of heart tissue and put it over it and make it all better. So they've been looking for another way to do it so they can grow it in a lab. And they've gone through a bunch of stuff. Do you know they can grow a human ear on the back of a mouse?
The mouse is very unhappy about that, too, because his friends make fun of him. But yeah, it's amazing.
And everybody talks really loud to him. So they've been looking and looking and looking, and finally they found this. That's right, spinach.
I beg your pardon? How would that work?
Spinach. So
Spinach is delicious, but how does it work in this particular case?
Well, I have no idea. They're scientists.
Because of heart health?
What they do is they somehow strip the cells off the stuff, and then it looks like this. And basically, it creates tissue. That's a leaf.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
No freaking way. Look at that.
It's got a blood supply going into it.
No freaking way.
And because it's neutral, there's no rejection. How cool is that?
They've actually been able to grow a patch from spinach.
Yeah. That's
But if
what
you
they're
look at the
working
tracery of like the vein, the network in the spinach leaf,
Right.
you're right, it's very similar to like the vein system.
And it
That's
seems
amazing.
to be working out. They're still working on the lab with it. But I'm glad they used spinach.
Why?
Because if they used kale, everyone would reject it.
I'd
why.
rather be dead. Yes.
This has got
Yeah.
kale in it. Take it out of my heart.
All right, to me, I'm sorry, but this seems like the dream gig.
Oh.
To be able to do this for my whole life and just be able to travel everywhere in the entire world and be fed well at the same time.
We've been on a cruise. We've been taken care of. We've had our beds made and
the little swan napkins, which are really
which is crazy, and then the formal dinner, or you can go to the buffet, or there's other restaurants you can go to, and of course gambling. That's always a good thing to do 3 miles out in international waters, because the rules out there aren't that good for you. So, but what they found out is, and more people are doing this, retired couples, elderly couples, they've decided that they are going to cruise forever.
Well, if you think about it, though, if you put into action all of like mortgage and all the other things and all the expenses,
Right.
cruising is not really that irrational a decision. We know that one couple, remember they went on that 2-year cruise?
Right.
I guess it literally goes around the entire world, and I'm like, yeah, we're booking it.
And they came back 400 pounds each.
Pretty much,
Here's
yeah,
the deal.
I would.
Here's the math. A nursing home or a care center
Mm-hmm.
is about $2,000 a month, right?
At least.
Then you talk about cars, and then you talk about your mortgage payment, and your
Mm-hmm.
insurance payments, and then all your meals you have to
Utilities, the
eat.
living expenses,
Well, if you
meals.
put that all together, actually it works out to be cheaper. Plus, someone does your laundry.
Someone makes your bed, cleans your bathroom.
You get medical care.
You never have to scrub another toilet.
Let me back up. You get medical care.
Okay, explain that part.
Well, they have trained doctors for emergencies on ships.
That's true.
And they have a little hospital. Well, you can go in and do all your stuff and get checked out, and they even deal with pacemakers and stuff. So it's like high-end doctory.
Classy.
Okay, so you've got all
That's
that.
amazing. I hadn't even thought of that, though. You're right.
And then they stop in like 70 different ports, and it works out to be, for example, in the average day, it would be $135.
No way.
$135. And they go to like 70 countries.
You
can
can't
get
even
off.
go. You can't even go to a decent hotel for that.
No. And they call them residences. Residence at sea. And they actually make the cabins bigger And you can
Really?
bring your own furniture.
Because that was my only question, is they're so tiny.
You could bring your own furniture.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like actually catering to this now. Like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
you can stay here forever.
And they just get on the boat and everybody gets to know you and they know what you like to eat, and that midnight seafood buffet isn't that big a deal anymore because you can have it tomorrow or next year. It doesn't matter.
You know, I admit I have to love them. When I was a server, I used to love the older couples who would come in, and I would get to know them, and I'd always have their favorite thing waiting for them.
Right.
And they were always so sweet, and they'd try to set me up with their grandsons all the time. That would actually be really fun to take care of those kind of people.
You probably outlast the people serving you as far as job goes. You
Oh,
know?
I'm sure, because it's working on a cruise ship's insanely exhausting, but actually traveling on one is delightfully relaxing.
I just think the midnight buffet would just do me in.
Oh, I'd be 300 pounds.
But they have
You'd
treadmills.
need the bigger cabin.
They do have treadmills you can not go to. So I think that's really important. Time for some information.
Oh, let's go to Daisy right now in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. Good morning, Daisy.
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making headlines on GephartDaily.com. Police are investigating the discovery of a body near the Jordan River Sunday. West Valley City Police told Gephardt Daily the body was found shortly before 10 a.m. in the area of 2340 South and 1070 West. Investigators say they were unable to confirm if the body belonged to a man or a woman or determine a cause of death. The body was turned over to the medical examiner's office. The police investigation is continuing. And the family of Melissa Cochran, wife of Kurt Cochran, the bountiful man killed in last week's terror attack in London, is speaking out about the incident. In a press conference held Monday morning at St Mary's Hospital in London, Melissa's family said they were overwhelmed by the outpouring of support both overseas and in the state of Utah. Melissa Cochran was severely injured in Wednesday's attack, but is expected to make a full recovery. She and her husband were in England celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary when the attack took place. And a bit closer to home now, the Utah Jazz are heading to the NBA playoffs for the first time since 2012. The Jazz clinched the coveted playoff berth thanks to the Denver Nuggets, who were blown out by New Orleans Sunday night, and by the Sacramento Kings, who came roaring back to beat the LA Clippers this weekend, guaranteeing the Jazz a spot in postseason play. And now a quick look at Monday's weather. Expect light rain for most of the day. Highs will hover in the upper 40s to mid 50s. We dry out a bit Tuesday with sunny skies returning by midweek. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my dear Daisy. Nothing But Cakes is celebrating their 9th anniversary this upcoming Saturday, April 1st. And this, my friends, is no joke. You can win a buntlet every month for a year just by signing up. It's also buy one, get one free buntlet day. And they have all kinds of amazing swag that's like 25% off. So all of the beautiful cake plates, all of the wonderful servers, all the adorable little things for the birthdays, all 25% off. But let's go back to the cakes because really that's the most important thing. This month's flavor was mocha and it's to die for. All the glorious, rich, thick cream cheese frosting. You can get the little buntlets. Those are like the little one-serving cakes that you really shouldn't share with anyone because there's just enough for you. Or the little buntinis, which are like a 2-bite cupcake with a big dollop of cream cheese frosting, and then the monster cakes. Everything's going to be on sale. Amazing prices. It's this Saturday, 10389 South State Street in Sandy, just across from Southtown Mall. It's the 9th anniversary of Nothing Bundt Cakes. Make sure you stop by. We'll be there.
Coming up next, my favorite video of the day. That's next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale. columbusvacations.com.
All right, now my favorite video of the day. I don't show these to Erin because I want a true response on this.
You did tell me it was Scottish, though, so I got excited because these are our peoples.
First, I'm going to take you to England, Buckingham Palace. The guards at Buckingham Palace, they've got the big fuzzy
I've
black
tried to
hats.
annoy them, too, and it's impossible. They'll
Everyone does.
Yeah.
They've told them
You can't crack it.
They've told them dirty jokes. They've sung in their ears. They've been flashed by women. They've done all these different things. And you know what they do? Nothing. They are so stoic. I thought the jokes, maybe a little off color, would get them.
Not a crack.
It really hasn't.
Not a fissure.
It hasn't.
Seriously.
Yes, but there is a difference when you go to Scotland.
The Scottish Royal Guard is not to be trifled with.
And this is why.
off! Oh, he was just doing
Oh
a
my
little
gosh.
dance.
Oh,
Look
here
at
he is
this,
again.
so
Bye.
sad.
I'm going to do a little dance, a little old white man dance.
Little.
Ready? Okay,
I'm
now
singing, I'm dancing.
look at the guy on the left.
Yes, oh,
The
he's
soldier.
getting cranky.
And he stomps his foot like your mom. And he's dancing.
Whoa! Shove off!
Look at him. Look at
Oh,
him.
he's all chasing.
I gotta
like,
go.
right
I gotta go. Hey, guys, thanks for joining us on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream. We'll see you tomorrow on GephartDaily.com.